you guys. How are you doing? It is 7 o'clock. Well, 7:01 technically, but we are here. Hey, Can. Hey, Steven, April, Electrostorm, and Orange is the new Orange. How is everybody
Hey,
doing after the weekend?
doing pretty good. How about you, Bubbles? How was
Well,
your weekend?
my weekend went really good. I got a lot of rest, not as much as I would have liked to have had because I think this weather is trying to take me out.
Yes,
Listen,
yeah, honey.
I have never been, I have friends that when the weather changes, they get all affected and messed up. I've never really been one of those people, but the weather changed this week. Girl, I'm sitting here right now. My eyes look like I've been crying for days because they're swollen and puffy. Um, hey, darling.
Hey
Yeah.
guys.
I done had
Hey,
two
darling.
migraines. I've had headaches every day. I just completed a nosebleed before starting the show. Like
Oh
what?
my God.
So like
Girl,
this
what done happened?
girl, this weather is on me. This weather is
It's
after me. I'm telling you.
jacking her up.
I ain't never in my whole 49 years of life ever been like this before. Um, I ain't
Mother Nature don't know what the hell she want.
Look, I ain't slept in 3 days because I've been having these crazy leg cramps that wait
Oh,
until I go to sleep. And then you go to sleep and then you wake up and your toe is touching the shin
yeah.
because it curled all the way back. Like your toe
Good
joint started
goodness.
to lay and you did that backflip and it touched your ankle and you woke up like, well, shit, that's why them Gina shoe toes be curled up in them shoes. I thought I was gonna have to get a whole new mold of shoes, and it's been like that for the past 3 days. I don't know what it is, but I just know I'm really sleepy right now, and I'm really tired. And so, if y'all hear snoring tonight, it might be me. I'm gonna go on and
Oh
tell you right
snap. We've been warned.
now. It's
Well, it'll be vindication for Sam. So,
you were supposed to say that out loud.
oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, now if I was she gonna get you. I ain't saying that. Hey Simone. Hey Jacarius. I'm not on that one. I was talking about
Well,
me going.
yeah. So we just gonna pretend like I ain't saying nothing.
I mean,
It didn't happen, y'all. Even though it's online, it didn't happen.
I was gonna say. I mean, this
Hey,
been
Electra Storm. Hey, April. Hey, Stefan. Good evening,
Louisa.
y'all.
Louisa is back. You guys know the last time we talked to Louisa, she's in Dresden, and the last time we
Mhm.
talked to Louisa, they were on lockdown because there was a man at the mall holding people hostage, and somebody.
What?
Yes, honey, that's why we ain't seen Louisa in a while because the first day they was on damn lockdown. That was all.
Oh
It was
my
on.
goodness.
It wasn't widely covered on the news until later. But because she lives close to where it happens, she came in and talked about it. And then I went
Mhm.
and asked Google and got the information about it. And they had to close down two of the centers there, the mall, and then they have like this Christmas market there. And I
Mhm.
don't know what was up with the man, but he came and held some people hostage, and somebody got killed. And but I'm glad Louisa is okay and she's back to join us. I was concerned
Yeah.
about how things were going.
Same here. It's the end of the year crazy. All kind of shit is jumping off
It
apparently.
truly is. The holidays bring out the crazies as well as all the kind and good hearted spirit folks. You gotta take the good with the bad.
It's
Oh
wild, though.
no.
It's wild, but she's fine and she's back. And it's snowing there, so at least she's safe. And I'm glad to hear that she's safe because we can't afford to be losing.
Amen to that.
Ain't
So
that the truth?
Are
we
we
got
gonna get into some mess first, or are we finna get which? Are we getting into the soaps?
Well, first before we start soaps, what is this Michael Park business?
Girl,
Okay, I just
listen, we was talking about that in my space earlier, and Kelly had brought it to her attention that Marcus was unfollowing everybody from General
oh,
Hospital.
but okay, yeah. So for our viewers who may not be up to date, okay, apparently, the actor who portrays Nicholas Cassadine has unfollowed GH and all of his GH castmates on Twitter and Instagram. Normally, when these type of things happen, that means there's some sort of change in the air that's rather abrupt. So
Correct.
there's rumors swirling that we're getting potentially a new Nicholas Cassidy, and if so, who could that Cassidy be? Now, my first brain went to Tyler Christopher,
Tyler
but
Christopher.
yeah, but I know that there's issues there, so I
Correct.
don't know if he would be offered his job back. But then I heard some business about Michael Paul, and my eyes got big 50 cent pieces because when I say
That
Michael Paul, I'm talking
that
Michael Paul from As the World
as
Turns.
the
I'm
world
talking
turns.
Jack Snyder from
He
As
Yes.
the
fell
World Turns.
off the damn couch.
Yes,
Okay.
the other part of carjack. Yes, we're talking about that because they are saying that is because like you said, there's this rift with Tyler and well, let's say the misunderstanding with Tyler and the powers that be over there at the mouse. But my thing was what we were talking about was that Mara West and Michael Park as Young and the Restless is hashtag carjack that have a very good opportunity of being, castmates again on General Hospital and him picking up the
Well,
role.
well, if they did that, that means I'm gonna give the mouse more credit than I would. Do you know how many As the World Turns aficionados will crawl out of their holes to be able to see Carly and Jack back on screen, even if they ain't Carly and Jack?
Yes,
She.
yes, exactly.
But listen,
Mm.
Linda. Can he be Nicholas though? I mean, I know he can be Nicholas, but I'm talking about age-wise. Because
Exactly. That's what I was
Jenny
worried about
Francis
too.
trying to be his
Yeah.
mom. And Jenny Francis, I mean, I guess she could because Sally Fields played Tom Hanks's mama in Forrest Gump, and they ain't but 5 years apart. And they was love interest when they did Punchline. So I
And
guess
let's not forget about Joan Crawford pulled pull the 1-2 on the soap too, trying to play somebody dog.
right. So if they did, that must be Sam. I knew it was. So
Yes, child. I was in here listening to y'all. I popped in a little late. But yes, Hunty, if we can get Carjack together on screen again, I don't care. We can call him. I don't give a what we call him. I take it.
Well, I'd stop advocating for the Nicholas Ava divorce real quick. I'd be like, oh no, we got to keep them married, child.
I wouldn't even care if they married or not. I need them messy. I need them messy and wanting each other.
yes, and fighting each other.
Yes.
Just out with fighting each other for no other reason.
Yes. I would love them the way Nick and Ava's relationship already is. Fucking insane. But they love each other dirty draws. That's the way I want my
I'd be
Carjack.
the well, it General Hospital behind the scenes has been quiet lately, and usually they're the loudest and the boldest. So
Yep.
this is a developing story. So stay tuned because the Twitter and the Instagram sleuths are on it as usual.
Mm-hmm.
So listen,
Mm-hmm.
I told y'all I was in the spaces just now, and 2 days ago, I saw a tweet about Carly and Jack. And I just tweeted under it, Carjack, with a little heart or whatever. And she responded back that he was going to be the new Nicholas. And I was like, now that's interesting. That's the tweet I sent back. And I checked it today, and she sent it to me 2 days ago. It was deleted. The whole interaction was deleted. Yeah. And I'm just like, wow. After I heard that Coloma had done, disowned every goddamn body under GH on
Right.
Instagram and Twitter. I went back to that because I was talking about Tyler Christopher as well. I'm just like, well, if they get Tyler
That's where my first
back,
That's where my first mind went.
that's where my first mind went too. My second mind went to Carjack after we started talking about Carly and Jack right after that. And I thought about that conversation. So I followed him on Instagram and Twitter. I'll let you know if anything develops or changes.
I'm sitting here with my eyes wide open and book like I can't even believe it.
The excitement about it, Bubbles. It's the excitement I get. I literally feel excited, like I've been shot with something like a B12 shot or something. Fucking incitement. I mean, because I love Ava. I loved Jack, and I loved Carly and Jack. I mean, if I can get them two back on screen, though they were so fantastic the way they used to argue with each other.
So you know that
Y'all,
first
this is
That
fight,
just
if they
everything.
do cast him as Nicholas, you know that first fight with him and Ava is gonna pull up deja vu moments for you, right?
I'm just gonna be in love. I mean, period. I'm just gonna be in love, just like I'm in love right now with Sloan on Days of Our Lives.
Baby, I
I
can't
can't
wait
so
to
wait
did
to
see what
see.
so
happens with
did
you tomorrow.
so did we want to start off with Days or YNR or GH or
I
what?
think we might want to get the Yanara out the way because I know most people watch that.
Okay, so we can start with
Have it.
YNR.
Have it.
So YNR has been very interesting lately. So we'll pick up with the well, since we don't do Friday shows, we'll pick up with the mess from Friday, a little bit of a summary of this mess that we then fell into with Phyllis and them fools and this bullshit with Mr. Jeremy Stark.
Girl, I
So
want that man to drag her off by her eyelashes.
I know. See, I'm not. See, I'm sitting up here going. You know what? Everybody on this mug then got some sort of protection going, except for you, Phyllis. Why is that? Why is everybody else getting? They scrambling to protect or cover everybody else's six, but yours? Did you stop to think for a minute why that is? And honestly, I'm so sick of her and Nikki and Ashley acting like trying to pretend like they did this for the greater good. Get the
Yeah, I'm
hell
trying
out of
to
here.
push
I
them
thought
through
y'all was.
too.
I thought you was gonna say they was gonna pretend like they ain't called that man into town.
Oh, they already tried to pull that mess. They tried to pull that mess to pretend like, oh, well, yeah, well, here's the thing: none of them will admit out loud to other people that they did this. That's the part that's funny, Sam, is that they basically sitting up here going around, oh, who me? Oh, he's here. How did that happen? And what's hilarious about it is that it's like, well, no, bruh, you definitely called the man. You wanted him here for your own damn purposes, and now you're sitting up here acting like, oh, well, I don't know, how precisely all this came to pass. You know
Nikki
how
had
this
her
shit.
ass all the way in L.A. Running behind this
Mm-hmm.
lead.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. That's the part that pissed me off. Nikki was running to LA to see Deacon freaking Sharp, of all people, behind all this messiness and this foolishness. And now you have Victor telling her she needs to distance herself, Tucker telling Ashley she needs to distance herself. And so it really does feel like the whole setup is for them to leave Phyllis holding the bag, like literally holding
Well,
the
she
bag.
was the one that was this. She was the one started this shit, and she the one
Mm.
escalated it every time. So she ought to be the one holding the bag.
That's how I feel. So as we left off on Thursday, Diane came up with an on-the-fly plan, which was for Kyle to take her to the Abbott cabin, and but to pretend that she had fled town in fear of Jeremy Stark. And she said point blank, "I can't stick around because this is getting dangerous, and it's not good for me, but it's not good for everybody else. And if something happened to somebody else because of me, I'm gonna feel some type of way about it." And poor Jack was drinking his scotch, not even liking this. Oh Lord, he's so down bad for Diane that
Well,
I saw Bubbles. I know you saw that man sitting there, depressed, holding his head, drinking because Diane had to go hide at the Abbott cabin.
I done
Wait
told
a
you.
minute.
I done told you that's the future John Abbott Jr. That is the
Yes,
future.
she is at
So
this
y'all
point.
listen.
Mm,
I'm here for it.
That
I'm
is the
here for it.
future.
me too.
That is the future Abbott family matriarch, and Phyllis is going to
She
choke.
gonna gag,
She
baby.
She
need to
gonna
gag
gag.
because you
She
know
She
why?
do.
go-
Phyllis never was worthy of that position.
No, she
she
Never.
was.
basically made this shit happen too. That's the part that's
Mhm.
funny.
Well, she
And
was never worthy.
and that's exactly how she deserved it. Yes.
Right, because she always treated Jack like he was a runner up or something with her whole ass. She ought to been glad that a man like Jack ever looked at her with the reputation that she had, and he
Exactly.
elevated her. He made people show her respect and shit when
So
she was married to him. But what she do, she go up and spread and buck wild for baby Nicholas, and went into got laid up and got pregnant for him, and she ain't never gonna be nothing but a second runner up for Sharon. So yeah, she need to be holding the bag because that's what she does best.
Girl, and the irony is that Sharon was married to Jack too.
Yep.
So was.
Phyllis is always taking somebody else's leftovers. She ain't never had a fresh man.
Nope.
She ain't never had
Nope.
Bubbles,
You said a fresh
the way
man.
you say a fresh man, like he can cut. That's the part that cracked me up. Like, girl, like she done gone to the deli to get fresh meat.
Can I get
a fresh man?
of a fresh mate?
Yeah.
Please? Is
And
that
don't give me no shit
corned
you
beef
didn't
or
have
the
around
roast
since
beef?
last week. I want fresh.
Okay.
She ain't never had a fresh man. Think about it. When she came to
And
town,
I've been thinking.
came to town baby trapping and stealing somebody's husband. She got
I can't think of one. I can't think of one, Bubbles.
Me neither.
It's
I'm
true.
thinking.
There is.
Oh wait.
Yeah.
So
I know she had Jack before Sharon did, but
Yeah.
Jack wasn't even fresh for her then. Jack was coming up off of somebody when he met her, when they hooked up together, wasn't he?
It was Diane.
Yep, he was coming up. Phyllis has never had a fresh man.
Correct.
he hasn't.
Been the one to take the wrapping off the box. She has never been the one to break
She get the hand-me-downs, Bubbles.
She getting all the
Pretty much every major romance Phyllis has ever had, he was already with somebody else when that happened.
She was a side chick.
She was the queen of the side chicks before Camilla.
But you know, she always
Mhm.
elevate herself up from the side chick to the main chick. Though her hustle game is strong.
Yeah,
It is.
So is.
she's a fucking crazy ass stalker.
And that's why I kind of like her reluctantly like her. I like
So
sometimes.
So Jeremy Stark got basically, I don't know what kind of security Jack and them have, but it ain't worth the shit. So basically
Like that though.
They work for the same company of Charlie. Charlie worked for.
Stop it.
So Jack actually offered Stark money on Friday. Basically money to go away and leave Diane alone, and Stark sidestepped it. So that is something to be concerned about, because if this was really as simple as this just being about the money that Diane kept that she had on her when he was pinched by the police and went up the river, then he would have just took Jack Abbott's money, went off about his business. He did, but he made it clear this is something that has to be settled between him and Di.
Hey, what did they gotta keep?
Lord, if they pop up
You
and
better
say that Diana had a child in these 10 years that she gone, and she got some teenage son out there about fallout.
You better hush your mouth, Bubbles, and keep on talking. Like, come on with it. I like that.
It was his ex-girlfriend. He said ex. He didn't say girlfriend or wife or what. Just ex. So they were romantically and intimately involved. So what if it's a kid out there and it is more than just the money? What my fucking kid is?
It could be, because one thing I found very interesting about Stark. First of all, I'm a sucker for the actor because I loved Sam on Passion. Keep in mind, he told Diane specifically, "Look, I didn't turn you up to the cops." He's like, "I'm not worried about." He basically told Diane, "Look, I'm not worried about who snitched me out." He's like, "What you should know is that I didn't snitch you out." He basically told her, when I got pinched, I didn't name you as one of my co-conspirators. I protected you. Right. So I'm sitting here with my eyes all turned up going, this man talking about how he protected you. He protected you by not naming names. And now that he's being offered the money that he says you owe him, he doesn't want to take it from anybody but you. Girl, what you done got yourself mixed up in, Diane? What does this man want?
Yeah, baby.
Bigger, now see, that had never crossed my mind, Bubbles, that Diane could have had a child with this man in the intervening years, because Stark went to jail 6 years ago.
Did you guys just read what Amaya put out there?
I saw that.
Hold on, let me see.
I know that Michael Park can't be Nicholas because he be too old. He about as old as Jenny fucking Francis, honey. And they ain't got enough makeup over there to be backing up time. Have you seen Michael Park? He's still fine as hell, honey, but he got that
He a silver fox.
He a silver fox now.
He a silver fox now.
He
Yeah.
ain't trying to be
He
Jenny
ain't got
Francis.
that dark glowing hair, flowing hair no more.
Child, you know what though? This would be an opportunity where they
Hair dye.
ought to age motherfucking Nick. Period.
No,
Period.
no, that's
This
too far though.
right here ought to be a casting where it don't matter how old Nick is. Period.
Well, we were just saying that before
see,
you
that's
came
the
in.
thing. The thing about this is that that's actually easier than it should be, because when you talk about Asian people, sometimes you think about the peripheries of who was on screen with them at the time. And the thing is, the people who Nick interacted the most with, the crowd that was his age group, the only person left from that is freaking Liz. Gia is gone. Lucky the fuck boy is God knows where else. Xander dead. So everybody who was like in that age group, they are pretty much off screen now, except for Liz.
Correct. That's
but they
true.
So
they didn't age him that much because Jenny Francis is still Laura, and Laura is still his mama, right?
True. Yeah, and now that you say that, I don't know how they would pull that off. That is true, because Jenny Francis
pull that off because Laura don't look old at all.
No,
Laura would have to be decrepit to make that work.
Right.
And Jenny Francis is nowhere near decrepit.
But shit, he can come and be somebody's nice, warm, tender bed warmer. He ain't gotta be Nick.
They ain't gotta be Nick. He could be whoever fuck.
Exactly.
It's probably gonna be Christopher Tyler, and if it is, I won't be mad. I'll be
me neither. I'll even tell him I'll even tell him I don't know how the hell y'all can do it. Figure out a way to resurrect the Emily Quartermain so you can fix all of that shit too while you're at it.
And Tyler Christopher has said that he would come back. I saw he tweeted something when the other guy was there, the stand-in, and he was like, "I'm not doing anything" or something like that. So they might bring him back. But didn't he have some issues with something else, violence or
in-house
alcohol?
I mean, maybe if he's completely rehabilitated, they might. But they also might be remembering Michael Nader and his tenure on ABC and not real happy to have another alcoholic in the studio. Well, Michael was doing drugs or something, but he got clean, but still it was problematic for a while.
In the House of Mouse, don't do
y'all, we
going.
can't abandon Young and the Restless now.
Oh yeah, wait, we got to get back on YNR. Y'all got me all off track. So, so Jack and Diane comes up with a plan for her to go out to the Abbott cabin, play like she ran away, and Kyle will take her out there. But Jack and Kyle will tell everyone that she left abruptly because she was afraid of Stark. So that's the plan. Meanwhile, you have Ashley over here meeting with Tucker and telling him about what happened, and not Tucker playing this who me bullshit. Like, well, y'all don't even need to be messing with this Stark man. And she looking at him like, but you're the one who gave me the info, mofo. Well. And also, then you also had Tucker basically kind of telling her, ain't you kind of being kind of hard on Diane though? I mean, but of course, Tucker always has an agenda. His agenda was that he's like, I think you being so hard on Diane because you still mad at me for sleeping with her.
Wow.
So he was basically making the case for Ashley to stop being so harsh to Diane as a way of forgiving him for the transgression of cheating on her with Diane way back when, so that they can start anew.
Child. So I heard Jeremy start with his fine self because I only seen him in a clip and he fine as fucking wine.
He is
in the Phyllis.
That happened today because we already know Phyllis is the one who did it because Ashley tells Nikki and Phyllis what happened, and they're like, okay, mission accomplished. But the thing is, I've never seen three people whose mission accomplished who look so lackluster, because Phyllis was foolish enough, and also Jack and Kyle have looped Summer into this. So only 3 people know that Diane isn't really gone. It's Jack, Kyle, and Summer, and nobody's telling anybody anything. Not even nosy ass Phyllis when she came to Jabot to work to be nosy and ask around, and Summer fully got in her ass today, like she should have, over this entire debacle, regardless of the fact that she said, I'm not happy with Diane and all these wishy-washy ass truths she's been telling, but you put us all in danger. And Phyllis is up here saying, I would never put y'all in danger. I would never put Harrison in danger. And Summer's like, yeah, you did. You totally did. You basically, it was a calculated gamble, and everybody can see that. So Phyllis got the surprise of her life today when, after her and Summer had this argument where Summer made it clear that she was not for her mama bullshit, she in Jack office, and Summer just walked out. I'm talking 2 seconds ago, and Phyllis is leaning on Jack's desk, and she turns around. Jeremy starts dead in her damn face like a jump scare. Waka!
Damn. That's what I asked you.
That's what her ass get, as far as I'm concerned. And Phyllis is like, oh, Mr. Stark, you're here. You got past security. I'm like, what security?
She said you got past security again. I screamed again. He said, yeah, I got a way around these things.
So the gallows that Phyllis built for Diane, her ass is going to swing from.
Yes, girl.
Yep.
And then he asked her, he said, well, I'm looking for Diane. But you see, because here's the thing, Phyllis is the idiot who thinks she can put the genie back in the bottle as she wishes. And it looks like she's finding out the uncomfortable truth that that's not the case. Because she told Summer, well, look, the danger came because of Diane. And now that she's gone and she's left town, the danger can leave. Not so fast, Philly. What make you think it's gonna go on like that? Because Mr. Stark was asking Phyllis, well, and where have you seen Diane? Because she's apparently, and I'll be honest, Jeremy Stark is well informed of Diane's presence because he already knew she wasn't at work today, and he also knew she didn't spend the night in her hotel room either.
Ooh, he got eyes on her. He don't know where she at, but he got eyes watching her.
He knew all that shit. And Phyllis was like over there looking nervous, like, I don't know where she is. You know, Diane ain't no friend of mine, so I don't know. And so he's like, yes. He's like, obviously, since you're the one who called, he basically was like, well, you're the one who called me here. So obviously you and her don't have no love. So how about you and me go somewhere where we can talk in private?
Listen, I want him to drag her off and nobody hear from her for a week.
Mm-hmm. I agree. Because she wanted Diane gone. Now I want Phyllis gone.
Her ass need to be kidnapped for a few days. Leave her in a warehouse somewhere.
I want her to witness Jack breaking Diane's back.
Oh, with her ass, right. Now I will say one thing does not sit well with my spirit. The last 7 or 8 years, the Abbott cabin has been the spot of more than one person's death or murder. So I don't know how I feel about Diane being up there.
What?
Who's to say that it's gonna be Diane?
Wait a minute, what?
Wait, what you said? Because I missed what you said too.
Okay, I said I'm a bit nervous that Diane is hiding out at the Abbott cabin. Because the Abbott cabin has had some bad juju the last few years. Remember, that's where Austin ass died.
That is where Austin Travers died.
Yes, that's where Austin ass died. And wasn't that where that Courtney girl died too?
Somebody did die up there.
When they had that little thing,
snowstorm or something.
Yeah, I was thinking about
one of them girls got missing or something.
Yes. And so I was kind of like, you know what? I don't know if this cabin shit is such a, because the girl who used to be friends with Summer. I was like, I don't know if this cabin shit is such a hot idea. Ain't this place? I mean, because the kids used to throw parties and shit up there. And so I was like, Ain't that the place where they like 2, 3 people that died up in that mofo? I was like, oh mercy.
Yeah, we always get a lot of drama when they go to the Abbott cabin.
Right. So I think the original plan, if I'm not mistaken, didn't the spoilers say that the Abbotts were supposed to be going to the cabin for Christmas?
Stop it.
Which Abbots?
The
Wait, the Abbott.
You mean
And
the
look,
entire
And
family like
Stefan,
they
yeah,
used to?
And Stefan that reminded me Colleen died up at that damn lake too.
Yeah, Colleen Lake. And Brad,
So
because that was the same lake Brad died in, ain't it?
yeah, I'm getting Crystal Lake vibes from this shit. So I'm like, Diane's
Yeah.
up at the cabin by herself. So I'm hoping the Abbotts really are going up there for Christmas because I'm kind of a little bit wiggy. I'm like, that place got bad juju.
That place in the Newman Treehouse. If you're going to get kidnapped, you're going to be at the Newman Treehouse. If you're going to get killed, you're going to be at the Abbott cabin. So how you want to spend your Christmas? Dying or being held hostage? Pick your life.
Amaya said that Kyle and Summer are taking Jack to spend Christmas with Diane.
Oh, well,
that's gonna be sweet. Phyllis
Well-
gonna choke on this shit when she finds out how deeply involved her baby girl Summer was in putting Jack and Diane together.
Yeah.
exactly. And then so
Punch her in her trachea today, the way she was talking to her.
girl,
Separation for her own child.
no, she didn't. She basically her hate for Diane has overwhelmed her love for her child. And that is, and Jack even said it last time. He said you would have backed off when Summer asked you to back off if it was like that. So it was like, what kind of bullshit are you on? So, also, we also finally got the conclusion of Chance and Abby, basically. Though I'm sorry, I gotta ask something. I know that because they have Dom, he wants to keep things easy. But somebody tell me why the Chancellor is not living at the Chancellor Mansion. I don't understand.
He probably gonna be living with another woman pretty soon. You know how they do it here on YNR?
Well, who?
Men. Oh, I don't know. He's a homosexual at this point.
He literally rolled up in that. But how the hell your last name Chancellor and you a homosexual? That's terrible. But so he basically went over and was telling Abby, I finished packing up the last of my stuff. I'm like, boy, the last of your shit. You didn't just cleared yourself clean out the family manor, boy. Okay. All right. I guess that's how y'all do this. The person with the kid gets to keep the house. And so Abby is, of course, completely, inconsolable, like any of us give a shit. Even though, and Chance did tell her that, they're going to have to talk later about how to set up visitation. Because he's not a bad...
want to have shit to do with that baby. Just go and cut your whole losses, man.
Well, see, but that's the thing. Abby the one, see, this is a really good example of crafting your own doom. It's kind of like this. Everybody is going to have their own coffin someday, or their urn, depending on how you choose to exit this place. But the bottom line is, how many people get to build their own coffin? How many people get to throw the pot that their ashes are going to sit in? That's what Abby has done to herself with this. Okay, she insisted that, okay, all right, he gone, but I want this baby. We're going to have this baby. And then when he came, and then he disappeared, which we all knew he didn't have no intention on coming back the way that shit went down. She didn't have a baby biologically with Devon. Then she took her ass to the other side of the world to find Chance and bring his ass back. Then she went through all kinds of shit to try to force Chance to bond with this child. When he initially got back, he wasn't bonding with Dom, and it became this big issue for them. But now that the marriage has gone kaput, all of these things that Abby has gone to great lengths to make happen, the baby, Chance bonding with the baby, all of this is blowing up in her face when she could have left his ass in Europe and been oh so much better off from jump.
Child.
But
you know what? all that's been said, and all I can say to that is I can't wait for them to be completely over so Abby and Devon can go ahead and get together and raise their baby.
Right. Because she
Well, that's
showed.
coming.
I stand 10 toes down on Abby manifesting everything from the moment she said, the moment she turned down that damn donor that Nina said, this guy is perfect and everything you want. And she goes, oh, his eyes don't match chances. I really want my baby to look as much as like his dad as possible. And bam.
Now,
My baby to look like his dad. So Chance got blue eyes. We need to look like a family. And when you got it now, girl, you got that good.
now he did. And one thing he said that I was glad he said that I agree with, he said we were doomed from the start. And I'm like, you're damn right you was. Y'all was doomed from the beginning. That is correct, sir. They really and truly were. Now, on to
having sex and bumping uglies and having fun, and they got all heady with that. Oh, let's go get married. Y'all didn't even know each other. They didn't even live.
When I remember when they got married, and I was like, "What y'all doing this for? Why y'all can't just date for a year?" I mean, I know it's soaps, and people tend to commit fast or really, really slow. It's really not very often you find a couple who's like smack dab in the middle. But I'm like, y'all just been rolling in the bed. That's all they was doing. They was rolling in the bed, having a good time, which I had absolutely nothing against. But then here, Abby came up with this whole. Abby was like in this mode where she was ready to be a wife, and it's kind of like one of my favorite authors always used to say that people make this grand mistake of thinking that marriage happens or commitment happens because they have to be the right person, because they have to be the one, the prettiest one, the richest one, the most attractive one, the most social one, the most charismatic one. And she was like, no, it's not like that. What happens is a person decides they're ready, and who they're with when they decide they're ready, that's the person who gets the prize. It's that simple. Whenever, so, and I kind of felt like that's how Abby was. Abby didn't find the perfect man to marry. She decided she wanted to be a wife when she and Chance were busy being young, sexy, and free, like they should have been, and just punch Chance's ticket and say, "You want to get married? Because I want to get married. I want to be a wife, and now I want to be a mother, and I want to have this wonderful upper class suburban life with you." And Chance was just the guy who was on deck when she decided she wanted all that shit.
But see, look here. Here's the thing. This is what everybody missing. Chance and this new baby wasn't nothing but a replacement for her losing Stitch and they baby, because she had already been a wife. What you mean, Abby? You so ready to be a wife? You've been a wife before.
That's how she was acting, though.
Right. I understand wanting to be a mama because you lost your baby. Girl, you could have went and adopted a baby. You a fucking Newman. You could buy a whole orphanage of children if you wanted to. But okay, you gonna sit here and try to make a baby and a test tube. She was really trying to get back what she lost with Stitch. 100%. You cannot change my mind about that. She was trying to get back everything she lost, and she wasn't giving no thought to what she was doing. She didn't even know Chance long enough to try to have a baby. She didn't even really know Stitch that long when she married him, and he had been fucking around with her mama.
Right.
Personally, I preferred Ashley and Stitch to Stitch and Abby, but that's
I
me.
surely did. I felt I was robbed of Ashley and Stitch. They had chemistry too.
So, in the next part of the story, and this is the part that pissed me off, I had to go back and check again because I thought I missed it. Now, why the hell Lily and Nate have a conversation at society? Okay, and apparently he thanked her for letting Elena come back to Newman Media. So this whole follow me shit actually apparently went through off screen.
Okay, wow, off screen.
Off screen, because
they got everything with the black people off screen. Black, intelligent physician following around a man, a worthless man from job to job just because he can't fucking get a clue about what he want to do. She didn't have to change jobs to begin with, but I digress.
That's what I said.
disappointing. It's so disappointing. Everything with the black
Very.
characters, except for Devon and Lily. Nate by association, because they ain't never sending him nowhere. But everything with the black people happens off screen. Amanda had this whole other life that could have been a whole separate fucking soap opera with her and her mama and her granddaddy and her sister, and even her mama's husband that we ain't never seen. Naya's husband, but we know he exists. They had this whole family living a life off screen, and then when we were seeing Amanda, she would come to town to go around to all her friends and tell them what she was doing off screen, like she was giving little book reports. What I did off screen this summer by Amanda. I went to my mama's house in Virginia and we had a great time, but my mama was sick. Like, girl, what's going on with your mama? Naya done almost died 11 times off screen, and we ain't had not one scene showing nobody standing next to her bed, crying, begging her to open her eyes. We ain't had no chapel scene with the money and her daddy in the chapel praying about, your mama loved you so much when you was a little girl. We ain't getting none of that kind of mama on the brink of death, dying, people talking about how much we ain't getting none of that from them. Absolutely nothing.
None of it.
And I think that's another reason why the actress is hauled ass too. And she's
I don't blame her.
filming for Tyler Perry. No, she's not filming the Tyler Perry. She's
on Chicago MD.
Right, on NBC. She's got a couple of episodes. You never know. She's very talented. They may scoop her ass up and make her permanent. But this is the behind the scenes racism at Y&R that has existed since Victoria Rao's time.
Yep.
You got that right. So so now Elena.
He wouldn't have allowed
Oh no, not at all. Because first of all, it's coming at the expense of good story. That's all good story that could have played out on screen. Okay, say what you want for William Bell and some of the sus shit that went on in his tenure, but he didn't play this. It all happened off screen, and we're gonna tell you about it later. Bullshit.
No,
that's ridiculous.
Everything. That man showed us everything. We saw it with our eyeballs because that's how he loved us.
That's how you keep people interested. So Elena apparently, I guess, talked to Lily and, made it known she wanted to move back to Newman Media. And Lily went ahead and let her go because she was like, well, I wasn't trying to keep her if she didn't want to stay. But, of course, this is another thing for Devon to be pissed about on top of everything else because, it is kind of crappy. And so when her and when Nate and Lily are talking and he's trying to, figure out, how they get past this, but also say, Devon has something to do with this shit. Then his ass start to get nosy, and he asked about what's going on with Devon and wanted to know if it has something to do with Amanda. And Lily told him it was none of his goddamn business. So when Devon shows up, Nate leaves, and they end up talking. Jill still wants to do this IPO shit. Devon ain't really feeling that. But Lily also wants to know if he figured out if Tucker was up to any shenanigans. And he basically, Devon been bonding with his Paul. So what shenanigans? He been busy bonding with his daddy. How he gonna figure out if his ass is up to something? And so he was like that, I kind of need to work on that some more. And so she tells him about Nate talking to her about forgiveness. And Devon was like, look, I'm just not ready for any of that. And so Lily bust up and said, well, isn't that what Nate did to us any worse than what you did to Amanda?
She said that it is worse. What he did was worse.
I laughed. I was like, oh my God.
Lily is a messy bitch. I'm telling you.
It's because Billy Abbott is driving her nuts, and all that nasty passive aggressive energy that she's had in her since a teenager is leaking out the sides.
Oh, and I love it. I ain't even gonna lie.
Oh, yes. Okay. Let's see. I think that's pretty much the majority of what happened on Friday. Oh, Diane slapped the piss out of Tucker for talking shit. I think I'm wondering if something is gonna happen with Chance and Shannon though. I mean Sharon. They've been spending time. They've been spending time and trading confidences and shit. And I'm kind of like,
Yeah, that's what I said. Chance gonna end
I
up
won't.
being a homosexual. So Sharon ain't got no man. Mariah and Tessa do not live with her. Faith is off in college. Noah got his own place.
He should. He a grown.
He should.
We don't even know where Noah's staying. We ain't even seen him on the ranch yet, girl.
I saw him waking up in a bed once, but I don't have no idea where the hell that bed was.
Was he fucking somebody? Uh-huh. Yep, he was fucking Audrey. I'm not Audrey, the other little girl, the Abbott girl. He was probably
What
Had
day
sex
did
with her.
he was at the Abbott house. Yeah,
that was at the Abbott house though?
yeah.
They had sex.
Oh, I know his ass ain't living over there.
Thanks, because she told her Aunt Tracy. Or her
Wait
Aunt
a
Tracy
minute.
figured it out. Like, so
Yeah, they had sex at the Abbott house, but I know that's where his ass ain't sleeping every night. It better not be. Oh my goodness, that's trashy.
Well, wait a minute. He had sex with her at some place other than his house. Does she live at the Abbott house?
she lives at
Yeah, she lives at the Abbott house.
Okay.
she's a whole Abbott, honey. Of course.
Yeah, unlike the Newmans, all the Abbotts pretty much live under the same roof except for Billy's ass.
Good. That's why I always like the Abbott.
Of a compound. You know, Victor got the ranch. That's a whole compound, like how Joyce Meyer got her kids set up. They got the big house, and then you got these little mansions around the big house. That's how all the Newman kids, except for Abby, because she got the Chancellor mansion. But Nick was that. Well, oh, I guess Nick wouldn't be on the farm no more. Where the hell Nick live at?
That's the thing. We ain't seen where Nick was for a long time because whenever we used to see him back when him and Phyllis was still together, it was always at the damn Grand Phoenix. So I mean, he got to have Christian ass stashed somewhere.
You know, Christian.
Well, you know, Nick had that really pimped out place. He had a really nice place. Nicholas had a really nice place. It was really tricked out. Phyllis used to lay up there a lot on and off in a lot of his slides that when he used to have those one night stands. Nicholas had a very nice home. Very nice. One of the nicest homes in Genoa City. On the inside, it was modern and everything. Nicholas had a fabulous home.
He did. But it's been so long since I saw it, I couldn't even tell you where that place was supposed to be. But also, that's the other thing I gotta say about Young and the Restless. This is one poverty-stricken ass soap because we have no sets. Everybody is at either Crimson Lights, a society, or Noah's little dinky ass club. Everybody who's staying at the Grand Phoenix is staying in the same damn room. So it's like, and they just all taking turns doing these scenes in there. I'm like, look. And the thing I'm salty about is, guess what? On days you got characters who got their own place. Sloan got a damn bed in a room, and she ain't been on here but for a minute. And it's like, y'all sad.
Yep, Jada got a room. Eric had his own room. Sloan got a room. People don't be homeless on days. And I'm glad you swerved. I'm so glad you swerved. Anybody had anything to add to this while in our chat?
Let me think. Make sure I got everything out because
I was over here to the chat over here.
Mostly upset that Phyllis was breathing today, but I guess
let's see. I think the last of what happened was Chelsea started making amends, so she apologized to Sharon for their drama. She apologized to Adam, and she, is getting up to talk to Billy tomorrow, which apparently is going to kick off some controversy from what I've seen of the Canadian Day Ahead. Now, where things get real trifling is we get back to Lily and Billy as society. This couple is so done. You could stick 12 forks in them, but they just haven't done it yet. So
somebody gonna get caught cheating. That's why.
I'm hoping so, because at this point they both are done with each other. They just don't want to admit it. And so she's like, look, I said what I said. I feel like you're running away from your own stuff by trying to help Chelsea with hers. And honestly, the words came out of her mouth where she's like, you know what? Because he feels like this is a part of his own addiction cycle. This incessant need to help Chelsea. And she's like, I just can't do this shit with you no more. Now, here's the thing. Dead in the middle of all of this, he gets a text message from Chelsea. Okay. Now, it's clear that this is not an emergency. This is not a case where she needs somebody to talk to. She basically texted him to ask him if he could talk to her, if she could pop by so they could talk whenever he's free. that means somebody wants to talk to you about something, but nothing pressing is going on. And so Lily tells him, look, you know what? Billy to the rescue again. Why don't you just go ahead and, go see what Chelsea wants, because that's what you really want to do. Okay, now it's clear it's not an emergency.
So he goes, and she know it.
Exactly. So the thing is, the woman just finished telling you that your priorities was fucked up, and that you're putting this latest go round of what you're doing is the latest the latest manifestation of your addictive personality. Because yes, Billy Abbott has an addictive personality. She tells you this. The object of your addiction shows up or contacts you, and instead of you saying, okay, look, no, we're gonna sit here and talk about this because our relationship is important. You go running out the door to go chase your next high. Lily wasn't wrong. She's being a passive aggressive twit, but she's not incorrect about Billy.
Yeah, Lily was pretty straight up and straightforward when she was telling him that he can go to hell when she came in the Crimson Lights that night with Daniel. So I don't think she's being too passive aggressive. I think she's being aggressive.
A bit. She is a bit. But the thing is, it's like, you know what, y'all, is she's calling it as it really is. And it's a mess because instead of them just being done with each other, it's like they're holding on to the relationship because or he's actually holding on more than she is right now. Because really, Lily really is looking like done. So as far as I'm concerned, you can start laying down dollar bets for when this bullshit is going to be over with. I'm assuming that I think this breakup might be good by New Year.
Shit. I hope they don't drag that long.
Well, that's the thing. Christmas is only in 2 weeks, so it's not that far away. And I think the last thing that happened I paid attention to was when Jack got home, he saw that Nikki was there with Ashley, and he told them about themselves a little bit for this bullshit. Of being so happy that Diane was gone and driving her out of town. Now, one thing I will say, Jack was right. Was like, he's like, y'all don't give a shit about about how people feel about this. You don't care if Kyle misses his mother, and you don't care if Harrison misses his grandma, which incidentally the boy does, because when he was talking to Ashley and Nikki, he was asking about where's Dee Dee, which is what he calls Diane.
Wow. And you know what? They need to make Harrison ask Ashley that every damn second that he see his auntie. You see my grandmama? I miss my grandmama. I miss my Dee. Remember Dee? I miss my Dee. So she can sit there and choke on the damn guilt, because Jack is right. That little boy is hurt and Kyle is hurt, and it's because of the three. Oh, I wouldn't say that, Jack. I wouldn't say that.
It's for their own good. My ass.
I wouldn't say that, Jack. I would have knocked her back into her perfumery if I had been Jack. See, that's why your ass was for that blood Abbott clause, because you be pulling shit like this. That's why I supported Jack when he was trying to knock her ass down, because Ashley always come back and do some shit like this, and she don't give a damn about the family until something turned upside down. You can fight your mama about it, because I just said what I said, and I'm not taking it back.
You know what, though? One thing about Ashley, that's my bitch. She will damn show. Step on all them damn Abbotts on her way up to the top to try to run Jabot. She hasn't really succeeded yet with any amount of time, before Jack come back and take it from her. And I'm very resentful for her. Well, I'm resentful on her behalf that they feel like she is unworthy of running Jabot. I mean, Jack is a damn jackass when it comes to that, and I love Jack.
I mean,
well, it's all about to come into question if Tucker gets his goddamn way. So Sam, Bubbles, y'all may get round 5 of this particular fight, because ultimately that is his game plan. He wants Jabot and he wants Ashley at the head of it. Well, and he know he can't get that. But that's the thing. He know he can't get that unless Ashley turns her back on all the Abbotts. Because Tracy ain't going to sit there and co-sign this shit either, because she don't never co-sign her siblings fighting. She don't take sides.
She don't. She always remain true to the Abbott family. Like John.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why Ashley running around Rimshard doing all this shit, because Tracy ain't at home. Tracy cooked to her, I guess. But if Tracy had been home while the coven was sitting up in her daddy's living room conspiring against her little grandnephew, she might would have dragged Ashley by her root hairs herself. What the hell is you doing, girl? You don't even like Phyllis. What the fuck?
Wait. I remember what he said. One last thing for wine on, and then we can move on to days. Yes. Tucker said something very interesting to Ashley that had been kind of nibbling at the back of my mind. When he was talking about how much Diane seems to hate, how much Ashley seems to hate Diane. He actually popped a comment where he was like, well, why? And she was like, well, first of all, one, who fakes their death? And first of all, I wanted to say a couple of people in this town, Ashley, but we're going to leave that alone right now. Diane ain't the only person to play dead around here. But Tucker made a comment that I found very telling. He basically was saying something to Ashley about, like, you basically treating Diane like she's Dina. Because Dina is somebody who just ditched her kids and went on about her goddamn business. And Ashley has said more than once that one of the reasons Diane did not deserve a second chance was because she abandoned Kyle. So I kind of feel like there's some legs to that Ashley's contempt. I mean, yeah, of course, obviously she doesn't like Diane. Why would she? But I kind of feel like some of her contempt for Diane may be tied to the fact that, her own mother abandoned the whole family, and she really, really has no tolerance for people who she views in that particular light. I found that interesting.
Child, Ashley need to set her ass down about dragging Diane. She need to set her ass down about dragging Diane because of her own abandonment issues with her mama. Ashley need to set her ass down.
Exactly.
Trying to play puppet master and God with her family's life.
Now you see how I feel.
Oh, hey, listen, I'm not with Ashley on this shit she on right now. Period. I'm not on this at all.
I'm still waiting for Diane to do something. Shit.
Right.
I mean, unless you're talking about the bullshit that went down 10 years ago, I need Diane to come up and do something now to validate all this bullshit that Nikki and Phyllis and Ashley are putting her through.
Nothing's gonna validate it for me because all this shit that Ashley, Nikki, and Phyllis have done has, in my opinion, caused a damn reaction from Diane. So if Diane ain't did shit now, she is owed to do something to them hoes.
I'm with you on that.
I agree. I'm ready for her to pop one of there. Actually, I mean, her and Nikki got in a slap fight, so that was fine. But honestly, I'm ready for Diane to swing on those other two bitches too. Then maybe I'll be satisfied. And that's about it.
I ain't with this. This is foolishness that they own right now. I'm not with this here.
Period. And that's about it for why
when it all shakes out, and Jack start fighting over Jabot, when Tucker comes in and he pulls his stump and he installs Ashley at the top. Team Ashley again. Even though she got it dirty, even though she's gonna get it dirty from Tucker, I'm gonna be team Ashley at the top because you know why? Because I feel like Jack has made it his life mission to make sure that Ash to do it, just because she's Ashley. And for that, I'm always going to root for her to take that position from him. I don't care about hook or crook.
He left the company.
Because he thinks that he owns it. He thinks that he gets to determine who gets to be CEO forever. And I love Jack, and I know he's a patriot. But he don't get to make that call for me.
But his daddy told him to do that, so...
Yeah, but shit changed.
Not when John Abbott said we don't change it. John Abbott said he wanted Jack to run his company, and I'm gonna go with that because I support John Abbott 100%, except for all that bullshit he put into Ashley's head about her being his beauty, and that's why she is right now. But everything else I have to stand 10 toes down on. He wanted Jack to run that company, and for me, that's where the company belongs. And
Jack ran it into the ground plenty of times just because he gets that somebody else can get a turn.
Well, I mean, that's not what John wanted.
Well,
She'll get it, but if she get it, she won't keep it because the thing is, if she gets it, she basically becomes what she claims Diane has been all this time. If she takes Tucker up on his offer when he finally makes it to her, 'cause trust me, he is playing devil Mephistopheles with her ass hard. If she eventually takes him up on that offer, then that basically makes her everything she said Diane was. And if that happened, I'ma laugh my ass off.
Yep.
especially after Diane becomes the matriarch of the Abbott family. Honey,
Mhm.
while Ashley is the CEO of Jabot, talk about queens button heads. I'm
That
here
would be
for it.
worth it for me to see that because I would love to see Diane put it back in her face that, oh, this whole
She's
time you've
answer
been
for it.
trying to destroy my life over
Me
some
too.
shit like this, and you turn around and you doing it yourself. Okay, girl, what
Yeah,
you doing?
I'll watch
Yup,
that.
yup. I'm here. I would be here for it.
I'm
I
here
love
for the angst
queens doing
alone, just
queen
the
shit.
idea of it.
I'm here for the drama because
Mm-hmm.
here's the thing: when I get it with real family at each other's throats over a business, we're not. That's not one thing that my other soaps are not really doing, where they're scrapping over the top of the mountain. Though I think days we may get something a little different in a couple of months when they decide to address John Aniston's passing and what'll happen to Titan or any of the other Curiakis properties. Things may get a little bit chancy because the thing is, Victor had a lot of family, and who knows what he left to who.
I don't know that them curiosities.
Yeah. So yeah, talking about that.
And Leo running around trying to find a damn
Now,
job.
What?
I want him to get his gossip column
what
so
if we
bad,
got
y'all.
Victor leaving? What if Victor left Xander some money finally? Xander around here pulling all kind of heists and getting in all kind of
Right?
clown shit
Get up
because the
out that
poor is
damn
here.
motel.
Victor need to Victor need to leave Xander some money. Because where we at right now
Mm-hmm.
on days, Bonnie beat the shit out of Roman yesterday with a
Sure
damn
did.
tray.
That was Friday. That was Friday. Friday.
That was
Friday.
so. I'm sorry. That was hilarious. When I
Yeah.
saw, because at first I thought somebody was playing a joke with the mask, and then when I
Right.
realized it was Bonnie having a hallucination, I'm like, "Who she didn't beat up? Oh shit, she didn't beat up Roman Reigns."
Let
And
me
then
tell
she
y'all
turned around
something.
and see all three of them had the mask on.
Bonnie knocked out Roman with that
So-
tray and bludgeoned him like 5 times with it. It hurt so much life. Let me tell y'all something. That's the kind of shit that excites me on a damn drummer. Bonnie
It
ass
does.
wailed his ass like 8 times with that damn tray after she
Like
swung like
whales, like horse
looking like a
shit.
bat.
Sure
First she
did. I'm
swung his head
surprised
like a
he
damn
had no type of
And,
contusions or anything.
and
look.
can I just say this? While I understand that PTSD and the mechanics of it, that there's nothing that governs it, I'm sitting here looking at Bonnie constantly freaking out, going, "Girl, the shit
Yeah.
people done been through in this town," and I'm looking at how you done just cracked up over this being tied up with Susan Banks talking in your head, and I'm like, "Girl, you couldn't have handled half the shit that did happen in this town." Goodness.
Child. So now, after Bonnie beats the hell out of Roman, she runs out upset and runs into Xander and hears him saying the same thing that the muscle bound clown said. So
Mm-hmm.
she knows Xander is the muscle bound clown.
Mm-hmm.
Now you know
Mm-hmm.
what the
She
funny
said,
shit was?
I know that was you because of your body built, your built body. I was like, okay. Don't nobody else in that whole town got them same bulging muscles.
All right,
And
he was
listen,
trying to convince her to like plenty of blokes go to the gym. She was like, please, I done been two different people in this town, and don't nobody got a body like that but you.
right? And
Mm-hmm.
talk about his Irish accent, right?
This
She said
is
it's the
He's
same
like,
Scottish.
thing.
"I'm Scottish.
Scottish.
It don't
It was
matter."
She
Scottish.
said it's the same thing.
She said
No,
the
it's
same damn
not.
thing.
Because you know that's a big Sean Connery will tell you that it's not the same damn thing.
Yeah, you better not confuse the two.
Anybody,
But here's the
That,
anybody from Scotland will tell you that. They will look at you like you burped in their face.
but Sean
okay.
Connery also played Irish, so he ain't gonna take too much blight at that because if it wasn't for Darby O'Gill and the Little People, I never would have developed my first little girl crush on Sean Connery. I don't know if y'all ain't never seen that movie before, but that
That's a
man,
Disney movie.
It's a yes, ma'am, and he is his finest Titus in that movie when he's singing that song about his beautiful green-eyed Katie. When I was a little girl, I was like, "Can my eyes be green? And can my mama change my name to Katie?" Because, honey, he is a snack, a 3-piece meal, and a dessert in that damn movie.
With the biscuit.
Well, yeah. I think he always been.
This was 1950s Sean Connery, so yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
1980 Sean was good looking too now, honey. 1990 Sean was his Silver Fox ass, honey.
Well, that's Silver Fox. This was young. I'm not yet James Bond.
That was pre-James Bond. His hair was still all wild and tousled. And he was all
I seen that chiselness in his face back then. I seen them old Hollywood
photos.
He
started rolling on people saying he wanted his shit shaken, not stirred.
So now listen, guys. Listen. This goddamn Bonnie and Xander ass. So now listen.
That was very fun to watch them today.
Today's episode, when I saw that she was about to call Justin, and then she get clobbered in the head. I'm just like, I know goddamn Sarah not gonna go to jail with Xander behind this shit. Not Sarah.
Oh, not Miss Sarah, man.
Now Gwen.
Right.
Hell, I thought it was Ava.
I was so excited when she did that. I was like, that's a queen right there. That bitch right there. That's your die. That's your ride or die.
Ride or die.
It really is.
And cracking the whole damn excuse.
With Xander. That's right. And meanwhile, back at the ranch, Sarah Horton, she has gone full-fledged Horton. She's around here doubting and questioning everybody. She done ran a full-fledged investigation on Xander behind his back.
With Jack.
Everybody.
So that shit with Jack had me rolling today.
Girl. I was so mad.
I'm like, what you worried about, Miss True Love? Why are you asking?
Girl,
about Gwen and her feelings. Well, yeah, okay. So Jack stopped by the Roach Motel to talk to Xander, and Xander was not there because he was out in the park getting busted by Bonnie and with Gwen. The whole reason he was out with Gwen was because he needed her to fabricate. Because that's the thing, Gwen is his go-to. She made the Rednecks website to cover his ass with Sarah. Now he asked her to make a employment contract to cover his ass with Justin because Justin's offering to sue Rednecks for wrongful termination.
Yeah.
So that's how they ended up meeting in the cold in the first place. So when Jack stopped by to talk to Xander, he wasn't there. He ended up talking to Sarah. And, she told him about how he resigned from his job and how terrible he felt about that, and how he had asked about a job at the Spectator, but he thought that it was better not to for all parties concerned, and Sarah saying that she kind of agreed, but she also asked Jack specifically, did he think that Gwen was still in love with Xander? And I'm sitting over here like, hold on, Miss Newlywed, why does it matter? You're in love with your husband. Your husband is definitely in love with you. What the hell you worrying about Miss Gwen for? Those are not the questions of a woman who's securing her marriage. Something is wrong in your shit.
It was not a good look. I was like,
no, it wasn't
a good look, baby girl, especially not while Xander at him, calling Gwen, pulling her into his mess. And listen, today, when she did knock out Bonnie and they came back with a plan, I was so impressed with the damn plan. I did not see it coming. I hollered and I hollered and I hollered and I hollered. So Gwen and Xander, was Gwen, not Xander. Gwen comes up with the plan. So apparently the plan is, I done knocked out Bonnie. So now we're gonna pretend that somebody came and knocked both of y'all out. So Gwen is going to appear to them tied up as the clown to clear Xander of being the clown.
Yeah. See, and that's the thing. So, and apparently she's gonna recruit Leo to help her with this. Because remember, when Leo asked her originally what secrets it was that she was keeping for Xander, Gwen was like, nah, I'm gonna keep that to myself because the less people know, the better. But when she called Leo at the end of today's show, she needs him to do something for her, something that required her to read him in on this situation. Now,
Right.
why I adore Xander and Gwen, and
Yes.
him depending on her like this. There's only one part about this that I'm not 100% comfortable with. And this is the part. The thing is, on days, I love that morally gray characters, they get to have friends. Okay. They get to have friends. They get to be friends and click with other schemers so that they're not social pariahs on this show. That's why Gwen and Leo being BFF is such a cute thing. It's why Xander and Gwen clicking the way they do is such a cute thing. You have all these characters who don't believe that they're goody goody two shoes like everybody else in the rest of the town, but they're not exactly, Stefano Demera on the take looking to wreak havoc. And it did not miss my notice when Gwen was trying to come up with something to do with Bonnie. She was like, well, we could send her to Mare Island. And he was like, no, I don't like that that
Right.
plan,
Mm-hmm.
considering that's what happened last time. So the thing that makes me a bit uncomfortable with it is that I appreciate Gwen being there for Xander because that really shows that the connection they have and the honesty they have is important and it's real. What I do not want is to see her or even Leo for that matter. I don't want to see all their attempts to build these new lives for themselves crash and burn because they're helping Xander try to keep from crashing and burning his own shit.
I think that we
Because
gonna be good. I think we gonna be good.
okay,
I
because
do.
I don't want because Gwen's finally in a good place with Jack, which was a long time coming for her having a real relationship with her dad that wasn't in the shadow of Abigail and her resentment and the messed up shit that happened from the start. Even though a bunch of that shit was really on Abigail grandma, but that's another story. Um, and Leo is so valiantly trying to redeem himself as far as getting his life together and doing something that's not him being a gold digger.
Well, but that's why I think that we're gonna be okay. So clearly, Gwen is about to hire Leo as the lady whistleblower
Mhm.
and spectator. I have no doubt that it's coming at this point. There is no other reason for Gwen to give him a secret because she is going to want him to make it public. Now, what it's going to be is before Bonnie says Xander was the clown, or I thought it was Xander, somebody gonna already say it and say it was a rumor and no, it couldn't be, and it's all done. So Bonnie, even if she made a rough, oh, it's already undone. I think we're gonna get away with it.
I hope
Susan, when
so.
before she died, she agreed that she was going to keep his secret. And she said, come on, let's go and save whoever it was. And Xander was like, no, go ahead and do it. But Susan let us know before she left and she died that Xander was going to get away with this shit.
Mhm.
I believe that.
I hope so. I really do because now what I did find funny when Xander asked us Gwen to pop him one, so that to kind of make to sell the whole thing as them both being knocked out, and she was like, "Well, when I hit people, I have to be bad," and she's like, "I don't really want to hit you." And he was like, "Yeah, I picked Sarah over you. Yeah, that got your ass slapped in the snot locker real quick."
And I remember when he said, listen, you have to punch me really hard. He said, but I don't know about it because you might hit me too hard. Remember? Might hit me too hard. I think he knew. He knew that she had a lot of strength. And when she did finally punch him, he literally did crumble to his knees. He almost went to sleep.
Yeah, she
My
laid his
girl.
ass on that wall.
My girl. She sure did. She sure did. Now, I am so excited about this plan where they about to basically get Xander off on these, basically with everybody except Sarah. Sarah's going to find out. Sarah's going to either catch them red-handed in something or she's going to find the
Hmm.
thread, but I don't think she's going to make it public. Because
We
Sarah
need
is
to get
bad.
Justin. Yeah, but that's the thing. It's like this whole keeps deeper and deeper. First, it was Sarah. They were able to throw her off. Then Justin showed his ass up looking to do a lawsuit. Now they need to make sure that that shit goes off to the side. And then they also have to deal with Bonnie, making sure that she stops thinking that Xander is the guy. So it's like, I'll say this much: Gwen is doing a hell of a job putting out all these fires in Xander's life for him.
Mm-hmm. And hopefully Xander ends up with the job working at the Spectator as well. Now, Sarah was talking to Jack today about that job offer and asking, he was like, well, I just didn't think it was a good idea. I just thought it would be
Mhm.
best for everybody if we just didn't make that a complication. And she was like, I think she's absolutely insecure at this point. Now Xander still doesn't have a job. Now, if Xander doesn't get a job, that was interesting. Hopefully he does get some money from Victor. I don't even know how that even came up, but I hadn't thought about it because Xander is only in this position because he doesn't have money. Xander is a good guy that does bad guy shit. Period.
Mhm.
He's not a bad
I
Usually
guy.
agree.
harmless
I
shit.
agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree,
He's a
Sam.
really
He is.
good guy. He looks sad every time he telling
And he makes
lies.
poor decisions, but
Yep.
he backed into a corner. So he just has this way of being at the wrong place, wrong time, and then somebody just take advantage of him.
Well, he falls into it because he could have said no to Ava from the rip. Now my girl Ava showing back up
But when
soon,
nobody
guys.
trying to get him a job, he have a wife and he got expectations and bills and
Yeah,
when nobody trying to hire him. And so what you gonna do? You gonna do
yeah.
what you know how to do, and that's hey, okay,
That was
it
the
pays the
mistake he
bill.
made, and he tried to get out of it ahead
He
of time,
did.
but he couldn't. He dug himself in the hole after he done kidnapped Bonnie. I'm glad.
Mm-hmm. But he
I'm
wasn't
glad
trying to
the
hurt
deal came.
nobody. He just was, if it wasn't him, whoever she eventually would have got would have actually really hurted them.
Mm-hmm. Now, now,
See,
now, listen. I'm back mad, so mad at Chad right now. With this Chad and Stephanie and Alex. Chad is really being a dick. Totally.
oh, this is gonna all end in disaster. Well, first of all, this is my thing about that. How this entire story is gonna end played out at that dinner. And the thing that's funny about it is that I know that this was not done on purpose, but I'm like, you know what, Stephanie, your ass really rolling like a player. It ain't too many bitches could cook one meal for two different men. Only one of them get the meal, but both of them give you the credit for it.
Yeah.
That's that's impressive.
Mm-hmm. That's true. Because Alex
Cause
was bragging about what she did, and he didn't even get a taste of meal.
exactly. Now I will say Stephanie was rocking that black dress. That dress was
Let me
fitting
tell you
her,
something.
and she was ready to go.
She was wearing it. And when I
Yeah,
say she was wearing it, it wasn't wearing her. She was wearing it. Now I don't know if I
exactly.
like that highlight she put in her hair recently, but I'm gonna give her a pass. Now Chad is a real dick because Chad had opportunity right there to be honest. When they were sitting up
Mm-hmm.
there eating that pop. And they were talking about Alex. And she was like, yeah, it's cool. And, he was like, well, Alex really don't care about me. Yeah, but, that was in the beginning. But, we all good now. You where you are, you ain't ready to move on. Me and Alex are where we are, and we doing good. Now, you disagree with that? And what this bitch ass said? Nothing. He good. He cool.
Nothing.
No, and he's not. So what he's going to do is he's going to be a snake and go behind Alex back and screw his girl. I have no respect for Chad. I never really did anyway. But when that happens, I'm gonna really dislike him.
That's exactly what's going to happen because he's sitting up here clinging to this idea that I'm not ready because I'm not ready. It's like okay, so, and Sonny him. He's like, yo, look, love don't always wait around until you're exactly ready. And the fact of the matter is, the fact that he is feeling jealous over Alex and Stephanie is a very key sign that his heart is more ready than he wants to admit it is. And he feels some type of way about that. He feels like he shouldn't be feeling something for somebody else already so soon after Abigail's murder. But the fact of the matter is he is, and instead of him facing it straight up, he's running away from it like a bitch, and he's gonna make this mess a whole lot messier with Alex than it ever needs to be. Because if he told because if he told Stephanie that he was down, that he wanted to be with her, Alex's ass would already have been kicked to the curb by now.
Right.
Short rib 4-0.
She basically gave him that opportunity today. To me, it was looking like to me she was giving him that one last chance to say, I think I want to, see if I can play. I want to get in the game. He said no. So she's going to keep on moving forward, and after Alex bags her and gets her in bed, that's when Chad gonna come around and snake his girl.
Precisely. And it's going to play out exactly like it did today. The table is going to be set. Alex is going to think that the meal is ready to go, but it's going to end up being Chad sitting down to eat down, and he going to get sent home to have beer and pizza with his damn daddy.
Yep. I just can't stand it. Now, Leo and Jackson. I'm loving that little friendship that's developing. I know they used to have a little thing, but Jackson started cheating on Leo with Will, right?
No. Remember, Leo was with Craig.
No.
And when
before, like several years ago, I remember when Craig and I'm sorry, Will and Sonny rolled up Leo's body in a rug and had him dumped somewhere, but the doctor that's supposed to dump him somewhere didn't, and Leo came back because Leo was blackmailing him because Leo was dating one of them. Which one? Leo was dating Sonny. No, not Sonny. Yeah, Sonny.
No, you're right. Yes, you mean when Leo? Okay, I thought you were talking about Beyond Salem. Yes, when Leo was first introduced on the show, he was hired by Vivian to date Sonny.
Oh,
I don't remember why though. I cannot remember why, but I remember Vivian being the one to hire Leo to date Sonny, but I don't know why.
Well, I know that Leo and Sonny was dating. Sonny started cheating on Leo with Will, and when Leo found out, he started blackmailing Sonny. And something happened, and they hit Leo in the head. Thought they killed him, rolled him up in the rug. That's when I literally first started watching Days. So.
Oh yeah, you're right. They sure did put his ass in that rug.
Rolled him up in the damn rug. Sure did.
Yeah, they thought he was dead, but he wasn't.
He wasn't. So all this really comes back to full circle to me. Leo's done some dirt to Sonny and Will, but they done dirt to him. So when I see them sitting down, having conversation and talking about, moving on in the future and stuff, it sounds legit to me. You can only really come to agreement with somebody that you've had serious beef with when both parties have accepted their role in shit. And that's what I see from Sonny and Leo Jackson. I just love when Leo calls him Jackson for some goddamn reason.
It's cute. It is
but why
cute.
Does he call him Jackson? Why?
I don't even remember where the hell that started right from. Do you remember Bubbles?
Anybody?
That's his name.
No, so Sonny Kyriakis?
I thought his name was Jackson and they called him Sonny.
Maybe that's why
Leo calls him Jackson. I'm asking.
No, you're right. I just looked it up. His first name is Jackson. Yeah. But his middle name's but they call him Sonny because his middle name is Steven.
Oh, Jackson Steven Kyriakis, and they call him Sonny.
Yes.
Wow, Leo is so damn cute. He calls him Jackson. I love it.
There are certain couples there are certain relationships where it's about the difference. It's like you don't want to call someone the thing that everybody calls them. So Sonny is Sonny Kiriakis to everybody in the world, especially to his family and all the people who know him. But when you want something to be different, that is a strong indicator of connection, because you don't want to
Mm-hmm.
call them like everybody else called them.
Right. Exactly. Mm-hmm. We sure know it, honey. So listen, Maggie is just damn adorable today, running around here being panicked over Bonnie and where Bonnie is. So I can't wait for her to find out from Sarah that Xander was the clown. She's going to be very disappointed. You know, I think nobody loves Xander as much as Maggie does,
She
even more than
does.
Sarah.
She really wants their marriage to work out after everything that went down for them to actually be together. Maggie will be very disappointed. And also, she'll be disappointed, for Sarah, but she'll be disappointed, for the Kiriakis family and everything else too. So it's kind of like Maggie really does want all of this to work out well for Xander and for her daughter. She is
That's right.
not rooting for their marriage to not work. She wants it to work.
That's why she even gave Sarah a loan. And Xander was like, no, we're not taking money from Maggie. So this is going to be, I mean, to some people seem like they don't care about Xander or the Xander story. But listen, I am very, very much so invested in it because it's going to affect a lot of characters I like. Love Xander. Absolutely love Gwen. I even love Sarah. Leo with his lady whistleblower column that's going to be spreading the gossip and the tea every morning at 6 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. I'm certainly going to be here for it. Now we know that Sonny is not Sonny, it's Will is
Will.
coming home for Christmas. I'm sure with Ari, his daughter with Gabby. So do we
Mhm.
think that he is going to catch Jackson with his pants down?
Not quite, because they're not there yet. Because what they're doing is they're building this connection. But now neither one of them are copping to it being anything more than friends. Now Leo is a bit more aware of it, because when he was talking to Gwen when they were having their little tea spill, and Gwen was making that comment about, oh yeah, he's married, but you do like the married type after all.
Right.
Um and it was like, well, no, he's with Will, so it is what it is. But my thing is this: Will ass is up here abdicating all kinds of, is just leaving his relationship to wither on the vine. And the thing is, it's funny. Sometimes it's about, there are no other gay men in Salem, or am I missing something? I mean, forget about those gay people who showed up for the party that John went to. I'm talking on the reg. There don't seem to be any other gay men in Salem.
No,
So
they even
I
said it on the show. Leo
right.
even told Jackson that, it's just, you're the only other gay guy I know in Salem. So that means that's just them.
So in a way, I kind of feel like, aside from Will being really devoted to his job, I kind of feel like he's a bit of an ass, because I'm like, okay, you're you're not taking the steps you should take to try to preserve your relationship, or to make sure your relationship doesn't wither on the vine. And I
And not,
almost kind of feel like part of the reason he's like that is because he's like, well, Sonny's in Salem, he's running Titan, there ain't no other gay men around. I mean, it's not like he's gonna cheat on me. There ain't nobody to cheat on me with but Leo, and him and Leo ain't even like that after
but
all the foolishness that been going down. So I ain't got
but
nothing to
listen,
worry about.
not quite though, because Sonny was
Oh, it's
not even
not on
supposed to
purpose.
be. But Sonny, I get them mixed up. Sonny
Mm,
was not supposed to be working at Titan. Victor just handed him this job. Remember, he
mm-hmm,
wasn't even he didn't even want to take the job. It was like forced on him.
mm-hmm.
And then Will has Ariana with him. He's got full custody of Ariana for some reason, which I don't get.
Well, that's the thing. Ari, him, yeah. Well, it's most likely, I'll be honest, a lot of shit went down in the early days of Will and Gabby.
Yeah.
Before, yeah, a lot, a lot, a lot, a lot. So, long story short, the end result of all of that was Will getting primary custody of the kid. Um,
Oh yeah, I
so
remember she was in prison. I remember.
Yeah. So now they seem to have a pretty flexible agreement because remember for Halloween she was down here with Gabby. So even though Will may have primary custody, him and Gabby have gotten to the point in their co-parenting relationship where, it's not, I'll put it to you like this. Gabby and Will are not Sammy and Lucas when it came to Will when he was a child. They don't have that type of relationship, and it's not always a fight every other day about this, that, and the third about the child. Thank goodness, not anymore anyway.
Mm. My Lumi.
So it's
My
and so
Lumi.
so
Ooh.
I'm
So
really
I'm sorry, you guys. Did you guys say Tammy's coming back?
No, we haven't.
Sammy.
I haven't heard anything about
We
Allison Sweeney.
I haven't heard any word about her coming back. So I will say I'll be very surprised if they don't bring her back for this stuff that's about to happen with
But don't they?
Marlena and them. And for all intents and purposes, Marlena's supposed to die. How the hell they ain't gonna have Sammy come back?
Yeah,
Right.
all of them
All
got
three of
to.
the big ladies supposed to die.
They having
Well,
heaven scenes.
in the Day of Days promo, remember,
Mm-hmm.
Kristen is blackmailing Brady with the orchid that is being used to cure Kayla, Kate, and Marlena. So the thing is, the cure is temporary. It's not permanent. So she's already
Mm-hmm.
told Brady that in about a month, like, right around New
They're gonna
Year's, I
need a
would guess,
booster.
they're going to need a
Mm-hmm.
boost. And from what was in the Day of Days trailer, the orchid is going to pull a disappearing act.
That's right. It's gonna be missing, and I hope Brady and Kristen have to go look for it together because there's a spoiler coming out where Brady is going to confess to, I don't know if it was Roman or Eric, that how irresistible Kristen is and how hard it is to resist her. I love that shit. It's music to my goddamn ears. It gives me an eargasm.
Mm-mm-mm. It's
Mm-hmm.
very possible. So,
I
so
love
that's
myself some Brady and Kristen in they toxic ass.
yes, toxic. Days is very good at toxic relationships. They really are. So. I mean, I don't know how that, but Days is so flexible about people coming in and out of the show. So I don't know how they're gonna address it, but they're gonna address it one way or the other. I mean, because Marlena supposedly passing, but with only Eric and Belle and Brady on screen, with Carrie in Europe and Sammy wherever the hell she is. I don't know about that. They'll
They're
have
gonna
to come
have
up
so
with an
many
explanation
people.
for it.
They're gonna have enough. They're gonna have so many family on screen and enough shit going on to where I think it might be okay. But we all love Sammy. It would, and I love Lucas. I mean, I would love to see him. But if they don't come, I won't be too disappointed. Not too disappointed. Um,
The thing with Days is they come up with good explanations, unlike other people.
Yeah.
right, exactly. So I
People
wouldn't be
are
too
just
disappointed.
disappointed.
Now,
Yeah.
does anybody have the days spoilers? Because that one I know is coming up.
I
I
do.
read somebody sent me the spoilers, and when I read the first one about Brady and Kristen, I just started liking and retweeting like she is. I'm
But
good
the
on
ones for the
spoiler
week
number
before
one.
Christmas,
Yeah, I think it's the 19th, right?
let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Da, 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 da. Brady tells Eric about Kristen's power over him. John attempts to
Yes.
coax a
Read it for me
confession
out
out
loud.
of Kristen. Hold on. Well, this starts off on Monday the 19th. Lives hang in the balance following the explosion. Yeah, oh yeah. Ava decides she gonna plant a bomb at Susan Memorial. That Ava done really lost her mind. I really hope they say she got a tumor or something.
Yeah, well,
Um,
she does because Charlie, hopefully Charlie Dale is gonna be with her. I'm gonna
probably
need
he
Charlie
probably the
there
one
talking
telling her to
to her
set the
into
damn
it.
bomb.
Exactly. That would make sense because remember, Charlie is a part of Ava. It's like the worst part of her. Truly. The part
Apparently.
of her that couldn't even love her own son. It's the worst of her. So yes, he has to be there telling her to do the evil shit. And I'm gonna abide with and still stand Ava's ass with Charlie as a part of her psyche. Go ahead.
Let's see. Xander's past comes back to haunt him. Ava deteriorates, leaving Trip devastated. Xander turns to Gwen for help again. Sunny helps Leo. Bonnie remains traumatized by her kidnapping. See, Bonnie gonna wear me the hell out because I'm sympathetic, but then again, I'm like, dude, they explained to you that Ava Vitale was out of her mind, that she was after Susan Banks because she wanted a payday, and that you just had the bad luck to walk out to the Kyriakis whatchamadinky at the time. Girl, go
Bonnie,
talk to Marlena.
Bonnie literally is just been kidnapped again after being busted in the head by the clown. To her knowledge, when next week when that comes up,
that tells me whatever plan they come up with must work. Then
that's what I'm telling you. That's what I just said. It's gonna work. Susan Banks ordained Xander to get away with this shit. She did. He gonna get away with it.
And Susan's not dead.
Huh? And she's
I
not.
believe that Susan is dead.
She's not. We know she's not dead.
No, she's not dead. We just waiting for them to. No, they ain't kill no Susan off. That ain't happening.
No, never gonna happen. She's got a break because Sister Mara Moria done popped up.
Cause look, I can't stop watching Days if they gonna sit here and let my Susan Banks, my dear friend Susan Banks, if they let her die.
No, not Elvis, Mama. No.
I'm gonna make it through Days of Our Lives without my dear friend Susan Banks.
We wouldn't like Elvis without Susan.
Thank you. There's no way that I could still love EJ. Even though he kind of being a different person over here with Nicole and recognizing his flaws since his mama allegedly died, I just can't buy him long term without my dear friend Susan Banks.
Susan, I'm with you. I'm with you when you're right, sister. I'm with you when you're right.
Not to mention her sister Mary Mora, who's just she's like, what kind of heathen? She's like, you heathens. That's literally that is her whole take on most of the town of Salem. Y'all is heathen.
I love her. You know why? Because she's mean. She's like a mean Susan. So it's like Susan to get all the sunshine and the sugar and the flowers and the rainbows, butterflies and shit. But Mary Mora, she's a Christian and she will damn your soul.
And I don't suppose now is a great time to tell you that their brother, because they're triplets, is a skirt chaser.
Nope, ma'am, they're quadruplets.
What?
Quads? I forgot the sister who's dead. Yeah.
Penelope got killed by her husband because he was trying to kill Susan, but he ended up killing Penelope. Mary Moira, their brother Thomas, and Susan.
Mm-hmm.
And then Kristen just ain't even related.
It was just dumb.
No. It was just pure chance.
That Stefano had sex with a woman that also looks like his daughter and had a baby with her. It was pure.
Yeah, that's a whole another story.
That was pure dumb look. Yeah, that is a whole nother story. Like how you do that? Like okay, but whatever. I don't like to think about it. Yeah, I don't like to think about it because in my head it's like Stefano knew that Kristen looked like Susan and he still had sex with her. Okay. All right. Okay.
Yeah, moving along.
Yes. So we covered. So
disgusted by that. I left our body for a minute because I did.
When they did that story in the 90s, it was like, hold on, wait a second, because at first you didn't know who the father of Susan's baby was, and then when you found out who it was like, oh,
yeah,
dude, why?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So listen, so what we got coming up after, so we got Kristen, and that was Brady confiding in Eric, was it?
Yes, about Kristen basically putting him in a chokehold. Oh, we also have Little Miss Rhoda Penmark wanting her parents to get married, and that leaves Brady in a bind.
Oh yes, and somebody's going to be advising Brady. Who was that?
She will have her way.
Yes, ma'am. She must.
'Cause
Our little Rachel must have her way.
she will have her way for Christmas. If not for anything else, she will have her way for Christmas all the way into the new year, possibly. Because with the stuff going on with Marlena, it's going to bring them a little bit closer together.
Yes, because Brady does love Kristen. He does.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna be real honest. I like that this little girl parent traps because I love parent trapping kids. I just do. I just love parent trapping kids. I don't like this little girl.
No way.
I don't like
She's a little evil.
She is. She's a Kristen. I'm loving it. I want her to be just like Kristen, manipulative. I want her to manipulate Brady more than Kristen does.
Well, girl, you getting your wish in real time because that little heifer is working her game.
Well, she ain't worked it hard enough. I ain't seen her pull she ain't called the preacher yet.
You rushing her. You rushing her. That little psychotic got a plan and she on her own time. You don't.
And I'm loving it. I want Kristen to be so goddamn proud of Rachel. I want Kristen to be like, wow, my daughter is smarter than I ever was. I want her to be that little girl. I want her to wreak havoc from the goddamn elementary school all the way through high school. I want her to be the mean girl, the evil
she will
that
be.
do evil shit to people. When
She's destined to carry on her mother's legacy.
I'm gonna need it.
And her auntie.
The idea of this, somehow they're gonna have this child in school with Gabby daughter and with Nicole daughter and her. And I want to see who gonna go for who throat first.
Can you see her going to Auntie Sister Mary Clarence school?
Sister Mary Clarence.
Yes, Sister Mary Clarence. And terrorizing them children and being a new generation.
Mary Moira. So Rachel would meet her match with Mary.
Yeah, honey. It's bound to happen.
Yeah.
Fresh blood.
Child, Mary Moore have that girl out there washing clothes by hand like she had Sammy out there.
That's what she did with Samantha.
That's right.
Understand, Mary Moore has no patience for youngsters who don't respect their elders and who carry on. She don't give a shit.
Not even youngsters. Look how she did Ethan about her sister's funeral.
She don't care about nobody.
She don't. She got no favorites.
And she don't play favorites, and she ain't gonna play favorites. And
never ever.
No face.
So weird.
Doesn't play favorites.
Okay. So have.
And even when Susan come back, she gonna drag her ass.
And since we talking about Sister Mary Clarence, look, I'm gonna need Sammy to come back. It's Christmas time. Come on, Dave.
Well, here's the thing. I don't know. We're not getting Sammy back, but two people we are getting back. Eli is coming back for Christmas. Yeah. And apparently Jennifer is coming back for Christmas.
And I thought Steve was there too.
Katie McClain coming back.
Right. I believe it's Katie McClain's Jennifer.
That other one, I can't remember her name, and I grew up with her. What the other one was name?
That's what I want to ask y'all.
Isn't that Missy?
Yeah. Missy Reeves. Thank you, Missy Reeves.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so Steven coming back, right? Well, he ain't been shown in a while since they found out about Trip. Listen, I want to ask y'all a question because I never really got to this understanding. Is Stephen Jada's godfather?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes, because Marcus is her daddy.
Yes. That's what I was thinking about because they supposed to have a scene together coming up this week.
Wait, hold on. He's not really her godfather because not that she was retconned, but she was created off screen.
Correct, she was created off screen, but they kind of picked up from that history, right?
Yes.
I hope so. I hope Steve is her godfather because that would only make sense. Steve, well, I mean, Marcus was trying to fuck Kayla that one time, but
that's usually when you close like that somebody usually be one of them spouses that cross a line.
Yeah, what had happened was Steve there, something had happened, and Marcus and Kayla was kind of sort of dating, but Steve came back, and then so Marcus left. In the back of my head, I was always like, well, maybe Jada might be Kayla's baby, but Kayla will remember she gave birth to. We ain't have no little black birdies yet, but Kayla will remember that she had a baby because she was the good one, she was the good sister. and the other one played by Patsy Pease was a hoe. So
Ooh.
she was a hoe.
What was her name?
Kimberly Brady was.
Kimberly Grady was a hoe, literally.
She was a literal money. She was a literal track walking, dollar snatching hoe.
That Bubbles with the crate action. You
was.
No, I mean,
these days from the past, girl.
She was. That's how she came to town. She was a hoe. She was the prostitute. And that's why you know the Brady's is the working class family because Kimberly was a hoe, but that other lady was a call girl. What's her name? The pimp lady. Kate. Kate was a pimp. Ooh, look how
Kate was a madam. Kate was a madam. Mm-hmm.
And Celeste was too. Celeste was the voodoo princess who was known in them New Orleans streets.
Yep. Everybody started out a hoe on this show, honey.
So do.
Yeah.
And that's why I want to know what was going on with Miss Horton. Let me leave that.
Listen, I didn't always. I need them to do a very special days because I need some backstory. I know Alice.
You need the backstory on that too.
She had to be the hoe, or she had to be the woman who fought the hoe. I need to know what side of history Alice Horton falls on. Did Tom fall on?
Yes, honey.
Was Tom out here fucking other girls and playing with Alice's head until one day she was like, listen, I'm going to go over here and marry someone else, Tom. And then he finally was like, oh, well, shit, I can't let her get away. This is the last one that they ate a hoe in Salem. And so then he scooped up. Like, I need to know how they got together. I need to know.
Yes. Like the whole Bo story.
Right. Because when we started Days of Our Lives, these people was grown ass married with grown ass children.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And we never heard about the Tom and Alice love story. I want to know if Donuts played a role in her snatching that man. I want to know how many people she had to fight off, and she was the blonde. So who was the brunette that she had to fight to get that? Okay.
And we even got, we got the backstories on the Martins. Back in the day on All My Children, we got to get the backstory. What's going on? What's happening with the Martins? Okay, Bubby.
That's new. That was before my time, so that's really way, way, way out of my range altogether. I had no. When I started watching, Grandma Horton was just that, Grandma Horton.
Right, making donuts and cookies and shit for people.
Donuts.
Exactly.
Grandma had to have a life too.
Right now.
Grandma had to have a life too.
I don't got no cookies. Anywho.
So okay, so this 10 minutes to the break, y'all. To the end of the show. Are we gonna get into GH finally, or are we done with Days?
Who watched GH today?
I got what my TV let me have.
Did you catch any of yesterday? Fridays.
And I didn't catch up on Friday because this weekend was crazy for me. But see, listen here. Listen here. What I did see today was Brian Chamberlain talking with his own mouth.
Shut up.
He didn't have his own mouth. I don't know how him and Heather got in that room. I got to watch it tonight or whenever ABC let me watch it on the app. But him and Heather was sitting in that room talking, and they was talking about Esme, but they didn't say like certain terms. Now, backstory. Let me back up a little bit for some context.
That's because I want to know why Esme was trending. Like, okay.
Because first of all, so they sitting there in the room, and he was talking to her about how did you think he was gonna have my child and keep it or something like that, and she was like, "Well, I wasn't trying to let you find this kid," and he was like, "Well, imagine my surprise when she found me." Oh no, he said, "You ain't got to tell her; she already found me." And she was like, "What?" He was like, "Yeah, imagine my surprise when my daughter came up in here," and so Heather's all shocked. But so some of the GH fans said that Heather had a hysterectomy many years ago, and how the hell did she Esme mama? But that's been retconned. Heather's, I guess that was the last baby she had before her hysterectomy. I don't know, but so they was talking about Esme. Nicholas gave Esme a tree. She decorating it with toilet paper, y'all. He didn't even give her.
That's so Charlie Brown so poor.
No, I sent that picture. check the DM chat. I sent a picture of it. I'm like, Lord, that's worse
why
than
I
Charlie
tweeted it.
Brown.
I felt so bad for
That's worse than
Esme.
Charlie Brown. Girl got
She got
toilet paper
cotton
and
balls
cotton
for
balls.
ornament,
Yeah.
and she got toilet paper, using up her good toilet paper.
Child, they ought to be
Poor
ashamed of
baby.
themselves.
Poor
Esme.
baby.
When she gonna have this baby? I mean, I'm gonna need these babies to drop. Cause you know
You
what?
know she gonna
GH be
go into
dropping the ball.
pre labor. She gonna go. Listen, all this stress. She gonna go in labor early.
They be dropping the ball with these babies. Maxie baby ain't even. Where's Maxie baby? Do we ever got Weezy back?
Which
Weezy
one?
home? Faison
Weezy
baby.
face on.
Yeah.
I said which one? She said Maxie's babies. I said which one?
No,
That's what I heard you say.
Faison.
The
Weezy
kids she
face
got.
on.
Faison. Her Faison baby. Peter baby. Peter
So
August
what's his
baby.
baby name? What's his name?
Baby
Louisa.
Lou.
It's Louisa,
Baby
but
Louise.
people call her Weezy.
Weezy.
Weezy face on.
Weezy.
Weezy.
They call her
Bless
Weezy
her
face on.
heart.
They're waiting
Weezy
for her to grow
Faison.
up to be we waiting for her to grow up to be a villain because she got a perfect name for it.
Weezy. That child been watching Nick at Night, the old Nick at Night when they used to show them old shows from the 70s. Watching George Jefferson and
I got
Weezy.
a text message about Matt. Did Matt post something on Twitter? He did a voiceover on Twitter.
No, I
Let's see.
think they was because of somebody retconning the show, and you know he don't like retcon. Don't be changing up the shit.
Oh, the Matt gets stuff. Well, no, we all waiting for Matt. Truthfully, we were talking about what Matt gonna have to say about this mess that they about to pull with Chelsea and Billy tomorrow from YNO. Because
All
Lord
right,
knows
they
he
didn't
cannot.
sleep together.
He said
Yeah, well,
on so many levels. He's not happy about it. I don't blame him because
I don't blame him because it's bullshit.
Yeah.
it quite is.
Well, we all knew this shit was coming, and it's going. And trust me, that's just from the people who've seen the Canadian Deadhead. Wait till that shit airing tomorrow. The fact that they thought this was a good idea is, but let me let you finish with GH. But the fact that Wino thought this shit was a good idea is not on.
So yes, about GH. So what is Nicholas doing? Because I want to know what his story gonna be looking like pretty soon.
Oh, wait, girl. Okay, so I just remember because between the little, HBO late at night squiggles that was on my TV because my antenna wasn't coming through, and I was like trying to cross my eyes so I could see them through the squiggles. That girl told what's his name that she having a baby with Nicholas. Liz told Finn that she having a baby with Nicholas because he was trying to get back with her, and she was like, "Oh, spoiler alert! I'm having a baby with Nicholas," and he was like, "You're having a baby with that guy?" And she was like, "Yeah, we're having a baby."
So that's why people saying that she gonna kidnap the baby.
That's why how she covered up the prenatal vitamins.
Yeah,
right,
that she's covering up.
Right, she's gonna end up pretending like Esme's baby is hers.
Well, what's gonna happen? She's fixing to fake a whole pregnancy. She gonna have to fake a whole pregnancy because she didn't sit here and told Finn she having a baby. But spoiler alert, Esme is about ready to give birth pretty soon. So what?
That's what she finna snatch the baby. She finna sit up there and because somebody gonna have to help us give birth.
We just see
somebody gonna have to help her give birth, and she gonna pull a Dr. Buckingham and take the baby.
No, that's not no.
Well, no, but Liz is saying she's pregnant, but Esme is much further along for her to make that story work. That's the part that's gonna be weird.
Wow,
exactly.
Right?
That's what I'm saying. She's trying to cover up that she is helping Nicholas with Esme's baby. This is the lie that she's telling. I'm having a baby with Nicholas. It's not completely a lie. It's just not the whole truth because she and Nicholas will be having a baby. They will be delivering Esme's baby up there in that North Tower. So
I kind of like that though.
I don't know if he saw pills or something on her desk because, like I said, the TV was squiggly. So I missed what happened right before that. But the scene that straightened up and flew right, it was him asking her about that. And then he stormed out and left her. And then she was just sitting back looking confused like, well, shit. I mean, I ain't have no choice. How else I'm going to hide this fucking baby? Ain't nobody supposed to know Esme alive. Esme told Nicholas something, too, about, well, what if I tell people about, I don't think she told told Liz about her going over the parapet. Because she made the threat to tell somebody, well, I'll just tell people y'all threw me over the parapet because you was trying to kill me, and then you burned all my shit because you thought I was dead. So Esme still got some of the cards. And then there was a scene with Spencer is drinking, of course. He's home. Nicholas didn't want them to stay at the mansion. He told Spencer and Nicholas they could go stay at the hotel or whatever it was because something was going on at the house. He didn't feel good about having Spencer back at the house after he had been released before they bonded. But like, that's the lie he's using to keep them out of the house so nobody finds Esme. Well, spoiler alert, everybody's coming home now. And Spencer even told Nicholas, Victor don't like staying up here at this damn hotel. So he's coming home and I'm here too. So you're going to just have to deal with this shit. And don't say shit to me about drinking this nasty ass sherry because I did notice all the motherfucking bourbon is gone. So check your own drinking before you come up here talking to me.
Drunk ass.
He was drinking because he heard Rory tell Trina that he loves her, and he got all pissed about that because he said it in front of everybody. I'm so tired of those two. Amaya can talk about them, but they make my pressure go up the way that fashion soap used to make my pressure go up. So I can't really talk about Sprina. I can't really talk about them. They make my pressure go up. So
I tell y'all what, them Sprina scenes give me life. The way Nicholas Chavez and Tabiana Ali look into each other's eyes, that shit is fire to me. I love those two crazy kids. I'm with you though. It's hard for me to follow a lot of teenage shit because I just,
and they in college. These is almost grown ass people. They freshmen in college, so they almost 21. These grown ass people right now, as far as
but they doing teenage shit.
They doing teenage shit.
That's what I mean. They doing teenage shit. They ain't even kissed yet. I mean, I get the angst, but I mean, I'm an adult. I'm ready for some adult entertainment.
They need to move that. Now that he's out of lockup, they need to. And from the posting on the GH account, it looks like we're going to get some movement since Trina seems to finally be at the point where she's ready to admit that her and Rory is not it. Since, Spencer is now a viable option. Hurry up, girl. Do it. Cut his ass loose so we can all move on from this shit.
Yeah.
I hope he don't try to take Trina. I hope Rory don't try to take Trina.
Well, I still believe that his ass is the damn hook killer.
I know. It's still out there. Because, I think somebody on GH was questioning whether or not who the hook was at this point. Oh, no, they were saying that he was, that he went dormant. I forgot.
He went on vacation.
Yeah.
So that
hilarious.
That supports my theory that he might have been working with Esme and ain't taking no direction because she's not there to give him direction. Because who else could it be? He's the only, it's a lot. They cast heavy, but he's the only expendable character that if they got rid of him, would nobody care.
Cody.
Truly.
Not Cody either. And he
Chuck Nuts and Rory could. Chuck, he said he talked about leaving, but I don't know if he actually has left. I don't think so.
Truck Nuts, right? Because I just need him to go. I don't like nothing about the character. Not one damn thing. And I'm easy to please. Yeah, I'm gonna leave that.
They sat up there and made him Mac's biological child after not letting the man have a child for all these years, and you wasted it on this mofo. Like, y'all could have kept that shit.
Yeah, they need to unretcon that. That's what they need to do. So guess what? I heard the felon was coming back to the fashion show.
I don't even know, girl. But let's go and kill it for 5 minutes because it's 8:59. We can toss it around for 5 minutes.
1 minute.
You said when a felon was coming back. What felon? Felony Flow?
I'm telling you, I heard Felony Flow was coming back.
I heard that too, coming for Christmas. The Mr.
I didn't see her in the promotional shots that they released. So I'm hoping not, because shit on no.
You didn't see Darren in the promotional shots either. Yeah. Where was quiet.
Well, Jackie wasn't
Where
even in
was
the promotional
Dorothy
shot.
and Marty?
Jackie was not in the cast photo
And
at
where the
all.
hell is J&W?
Tanner wasn't in the cast photo at all.
Yes, he is. You got to look for him. Hold on.
Who?
He teeny tiny.
Who you say?
You talking about
see
the Christmas
Tanner
picture that just released?
Jackie.
Who you say, Sam?
I didn't see Jackie nor Tanner
In the group photo.
I
in the
didn't see
cast
Tanner
photo.
either.
For the
I
Christmas
didn't see Tanner.
picture?
In the group Christmas photo.
Yes, they in there. I looked at everybody.
I didn't see them. I didn't see them.
Well, go run fetch your magnifying glass. Hold on. Let me go pull it up real quick. Hold on.
I sure didn't see Jackie.
Now I did see Taylor. I did see Krista and Matt, though they're not in the episode. But
Right,
I did not see Finn
they all black.
or yeah. Because they were obviously on set that day, but I don't recall seeing them in the picture though.
Yeah, because they're not gonna be in the episode. They just came to do the publicity side. They ain't gonna be in the episode.
But Krista
Matt's
said
not
she's
gonna be
not in the episode either. She's in the picture.
Who?
Krista
came.
That's right. That's what I'm saying.
The photo.
Neither one of them
drove in specifically to CBS Studios to take the cast photo. She was not filming.
Exactly.
Matt don't look like he was filming.
Neither was Matt.
No, they're not dressed up as Christmas.
Were dressed in holiday clothes.
Oh yeah, so this picture was taken before that. This is a separate picture.
Yeah, now there is a separate picture of Sin with Kelly looking absolutely adorable. Yes, they do have a picture
with no haze.
I know. I saw that with no haze.
So babies is hard to snaggle sometimes.
They better screenshot it. They better like they do other people.
The issue is if it's Steffi and Finn is going to be with Kelly at the Cliff House, why no Taylor? Why no Thomas?
Because this is the Logan show and they suck.
Taylor's still somewhere crying over Ridge. Thomas has been ostracized from the family.
Pretty
clearly. See, that's not true because Taylor is in the promo coming up this week or whatever. That's going to be talking to Brooke and Ridge about their relationship. So if she's going to be in the studio filming that garbage, why
she's not going to be in the family manner? Like she's not going to be celebrating no holiday with no people, like on either side, not even her own children. That is the slap in the face.
What I would hope at the very least they would say that Taylor was spending Christmas with Thomas, but they probably won't even address it that far.
They absolutely won't. I highly doubt it. They don't give a damn about the other side.
in the photos, look at the photo that they leaked or published. I don't know if it was a leak or a published. Did you see the front center of that photo?
Yeah, I think front center both. Which part are you talking about?
The cast photo.
Yeah, what?
The cast photo.
They leaked out too. The one where they got the ones with the cast and crew and just the ones that's gonna be on the set that they filming. Plus with Matt and Kristen.
Yeah. Those.
And then they stick out like a sore freaking thumb. Everybody dressed up and they blacked all out.
And of course, we can also mention that apparently somebody decided eventually that it was finally time to acknowledge the fact, at least partially, that Liam has ghetto twins and age Beth up instead of having them pretend like she's still in swaddling cloths.
Not Harley.
Black. Okay.
Not Harley, because they got her.
So we're going to go ahead and wrap it up because I still got to do post-production. And we said we was only going to go 5 minutes over. And so
and I only said 1 minute. So we went 4 over what we should. So I agree that everyone should have a wonderful evening. And I'm going to jump on Twitter because I haven't tweeted all day.
Well, and we will see y'all tomorrow.
I need to sleep. And yes, we'll see y'all tomorrow.
Good night,
Thank you
all.
guys for
Thank
coming.
you, ladies. It's been fun having these drinks with you.
Good night,
As
everybody.
always, have a good night, everybody.
Cardigans.